We've all listened to 1,000 songs about heartbreak. It can help us process our own misery at the end of a relationship. So, what if Post Malone's lyrics to the song I Fall Apart were my coaching client? Here's what I observe. This guy is in deep soul pain from this heartbreak. You can tell from the first stanza and the first line, "She told me that I'm not enough." That cuts to the core of our being because it can make us feel like there's something innately flawed in us as a human being. It's one thing to tell someone, "I want something different," or "You're great, but we're not good together." But to tell someone they are not enough cuts the heart like a razor. From the lyric, "She fooled me twice and it's all my fault," we understand that this person already broke up in the past, and now this is the second time the guy has opened his heart to her. He truly feels like a fool. The lyrics, "Everybody told me so," show that the friends warned him about this woman. So that adds to the pain and suffering because he truly feels like he was blinded and didn't see the truth. So on top of feeling worthless and heartbroken, he also feels foolish. I can relate to the lyrics, and now I'm taking these shots like it's Novocaine, and never caught a feeling this harder than the liquor I poured. That is what I did during my dark night of the soul heartbreak. I documented my journey in my book, Wine, Sex, and Suicide, My Near-Death Divorce. It's available on Amazon. The pain is so excruciating and all-consuming that even trying to numb it with alcohol barely does anything except to numb the topical wound, but not the deep soul laceration. This guy didn't see what was coming. The lyrics, "Surprised when you caught me off guard, all this damn jewelry I bought," speaks to how he showered this person with gifts as a symbol of his love. There's a sense that now all that jewelry, no matter what the price was, it's worthless, just like his feelings of love for her. The lyric, "Tell me you don't want me no more, but I can't let go, feeling like I sold my soul," speak to the cruelty and even cold and maybe calculating way the woman crushed his soul. To refer to her like a devil tells us he really had no idea what he got seduced by until it was too late. The damage was done. The lyric, "Covered in scars and I can't help showing," indicates the deeply wounded nature he feels, that he can't even cover it up. It's visible to everyone just how much pain he's in. Overall, the sense is that there are deep wounds this person covers up with material elements for himself and this woman he's in love with. Cars, jewelry, and booze, all meant to symbolize things that aren't in the material realm. Confidence, love, self-awareness, which are all generated from within. Here's how I'd coach them. Now, when I'm working with a client, there's a lot of questions I ask in order for clarity to come forth. I encourage them to come up with solutions and action steps that will be meaningful for them. And of course, coaching is an ongoing process that takes time. But in this scenario, I'm going to share some of the things I might suggest for this client, and maybe there'll be something that resonates with you to put into practice in your own life. The first thing I'd encourage them to do is get into an alcohol-free, deeply spiritually healing environment, like a healing retreat, where he'd be nurtured and guided by practitioners to help understand, alleviate, and integrate the deep emotional pain, because I sense that these core wounds go back to childhood. If he spent even 7 days in a peaceful environment in nature, where he could eat healthy food, drink fresh juices, and hydrate with citrus-infused water, swim, do sound healing, have massage, a hot sauna and cold plunge, while having spiritually guided sessions incorporating soul retrieval and past wound healing, he'd emerge a new person from that experience. If he couldn't do that, I'd suggest he try and create an environment like that in his own home. Have loved ones come, stay, and keep the booze away. Let them cook meals and arrange for healers and practitioners to come to the home. He needs a mini intervention to take a break from alcohol or other substances. Using some NLP techniques, he can create the healed and whole version of himself that he'd like to be in the future. Once he has that vision, I'd suggest that he delve into his feelings of worthiness because of the deep pain he's in from the partner saying he wasn't enough. He might benefit from doing some timeline revisioning, where he goes back to view other times in his life when he felt the same sense of unworthiness. Then, from the whole and healed and worthy self, he goes back to witness and revise those situations that happened in the past. Often, just observing our past wounded selves can generate self-compassion and love towards that wounded part and provide great relief. I think this client would also benefit from some hypnotherapy sessions in order to change the subconscious program that's currently running. I get the sense that the unworthiness has been a core limiting belief for a long time. Because this person likes jewelry and it seems to symbolize love, I'd suggest that he get a piece of jewelry for himself that represents self-love, inner confidence, and the other qualities that he's cultivating for that next best version of himself. I think this person could also get some value from doing a makeover of his space. First, by simply opening all the windows to let in light and airflow. Then rearrange some of the larger pieces of furniture, particularly focus on making the bedroom different from what it was like when he was partnered. Swap out dark shades or drapes for lighter tones, bring in some light reflective materials, and infuse the space with aromatics in the citrus family. Lemongrass, bergamot, orange will have an uplifting effect. Both strenuous exercise and restorative practices are going to be helpful for this client. There are a lot of intense emotions and toxins he needs to release from his body, mind, and spirit. Once he gets through the critical stage of the heartbreak, I'd work on using different practices to build up his feelings of worth and value. I hope you found this helpful and may apply some practices to your own personal growth. Be kind to yourself. How you treat yourself invites others to do the same.